The problems that got our young people to the streets are not only political problems. There was a very big economic problem, and that is what we have to solve. And that is the reason why there is a need to rethink our governance structures so that we can be able to get a government that is working for our people, not a government that is working for itself. Well, one of the things that we have realized as young members of parliament and myself as a chair is we need to create a direct link between the young people of this country and the elected leaders. And that is why we have actually decided that moving forward, we are going to have engagement of the young people with the elected leaders, and this is actually the start. From here, we are going to specific campuses around. We have regionalized them, whereby we'll be meeting a bigger crowd of young people to engage them, to hear their views, and also give them a priority to air these things and this anger that they have had for a while. And because it is one of the problems that has actually brought this country where it is today. Why we have had a challenge is because, number one, the political parties kill their youth wings. And that is why you are hearing people say they are partyless. Youth wings were killed by many political parties. And I don't fear saying that there is no single youth wing that is vibrant and can be able to get views for our young people and bring them on board right now. Because number one is they are actually not funded. They are actually not funded. They are actually not given opportunity to lead. And I heard somebody say that the young people in our political parties, they are gauged, their loyalty is gauged by how much they can endure suffering in those political parties. And by that, it means that we will have to solve an issue that is supposed to give the youth a voice. We are going to go around the country as young leaders to ensure we bring our people on board and bring a voice of the young people to the National Assembly. We don't want the National Assembly looking like it's an alien body. We want it to be with the people. And that is where we are today. And that is what we are doing.
You've seen different politicians trying to fund these agencies, or rather goons in courts, to be able to have these demonstrations. Right now, you've declared you're going to support the youths. You're going to, the youths.
Yes.
You're going to go around in different campuses. Do you think they'll feel like you're sponsoring all these agencies and all?
Actually, well, our conversations are not going to be in the streets. They are going to be in places that we have set. And what we need is the streets have spoken. But we don't want the voice that has been heard in the street to go away. We want it to continue so that we can implement something on behalf of that voice. And that is the reason why we want to take it up and ensure we present it to the policy part in the National Assembly and the Senate. Yes, the other thing I want to say is that with the new dispensation and what the President has done, I want to first say that anybody who has been given an opportunity to serve this country, whether old or young, I recommend them and I say they should do their best. But at the same time, the problems that got our young people to the streets are not only political problems. There was a very big economic problem, and that is what we have to solve. And that is the reason why there is a need to rethink our governance structures so that we can be able to get a government that is working for our people, not a government that is working for itself. So we need to actually now solve the economic problem. And it is one of the problems that got our young people in the streets.
Okay, and moving forward, what do you expect from KYPA in the next 2 years as we wait for the next elections?
Well, KYPA is meant of young leaders that are below 40 years of age. So expect a lot of engagement of our young people, expect a lot of policies and bills that are touching on the young people. And I want to say there are so many things that we need to look at. Number one, the funding model, the new education funding model is an issue that people have not understood yet. The fact that even today we get parents saying that have been given school fees of 400,000, and I have decided I'll just buy a boda for my son. It tells you we have a problem in that strategy and the funding model that have been brought. So we need the government to come out clearly and come out categorically and solve the issues around that. The fact that somebody would receive a fee structure and then he is told to report to the university without being told now at what point and how much is required from you is also a problem. So we need to have clear communications from government on issues to do with how this funding model is working. And it's a crisis right now. Even right now that people have been told to report to the university. A parent is saying now, if I report, they want to trick me so that the kid goes there and I start selling my cows and goats. So there is a need for government to come out clearly so that we can be able to ensure our people are feeling part and parcel of what is happening.
Can I add something on the same?
Yeah, sure.
So,
Thank you.
to be very brief,
Okay. Yes, Bernard.
Now you have said that you are going back to the youths wherever they are, and we have heard them saying they want to be leaderless and whatever they want. What would you advise to them if they want to be hard? If they are people now they reach that they have their own leaders, their own formation, so that it's part and parcel of becoming government or they form the next government.
You see, I would understand when youth says they are leaderless. And it's something that people can understand. The fact that there is nobody they can trust to bring their views on the table. But the message has been delivered. It is very clear. The youth are saying, number one, we are jobless. And that is where we are available on Thursdays and Tuesdays to go for maandamanos. We are available because we don't have a job. It is also clear they want to see a government that is accountable. Let reports such as the Auditor General's report be taken seriously for once in this country. When somebody is implicated, let it be seen that he is answering to those questions. They want a government that does not show them opulence, whereas people are living in poverty. So we just need to create structures that actually implement that. We don't need a leader. And if a leader comes, we wouldn't mind a young leader, even as the president of this republic. But that is not actually the problem right now. The problem is what is actually the issues discussed right now in this country. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Chair.